Today I want to conclude the theme that I started a few days ago when I did a video directed at vegetarians about the fruit that was available in Colombia. Today I'd like to cover off the vegetable side of the vegetarian equation. My name is William Hutchison. My wife and I own Armenia, Colombia Realty for Expats in Armenia, Colombia, where our focus is advice, direction, and the protection of expat assets. The subject today is going to be the vegetables that are available in Colombia. And my first comment about that is there's nothing that you can purchase in your native country that you cannot purchase here. All of the common vegetables are available, and my guess is the quality is much better. They're allowed to stay on the vine longer to ripen, and so the flavors are much stronger. There's the two types of cauliflower, white and red. There's all kinds of peppers, the red, green, yellow, and orange. There's garlic, there's fresh ginger. There's carrots, beets, different varieties of potatoes that I'll touch on in a minute. But everything here is available. Onions are out of sight, for me anyway, in my opinion. The white onions are all sweet onions, Spanish style. There's no tears rolling down your cheeks as you're preparing them. They also have the red onions, and they have the spring type onions, or what I know is spring type, where the little onions are at the end of a long green stem. And all of the prices are 25 or 35 or 30% of what you're probably paying in your home country. There's huge avocados. There's both varieties, the Hass, that are apparently better for guacamole if you care to prepare guacamole, and then there's the other variety as well. I want to talk about 4 vegetables that you probably haven't heard of. And I also want to direct you to the end of the video where I'll talk about a superfood that I guarantee you not only haven't eaten, you probably haven't heard of either. It's just coming to popular usage. It's been used by the Indigenous people for many, many years, centuries really. First vegetable I want to talk to you about is cuchinito. It's called also the exploding cucumber because if it's left on the tree until it's ripe, it bursts open and releases the seeds. It's used in salads and pickled. It has dietary advantages. I'm going to leave the link at the bottom for you to follow up on all of these things that I'm mentioning. The last 3 that you may not have seen are all potatoes, and the word for potato in Spanish is papa. The first one is papa sabanera. It's a tuber. It's reputed to be really good for French fries because it absorbs less grease, and it's larger than regular potatoes. I don't know what the grease retention is, but we use our air fryer a lot, and I'm anxious to find this type of potato and try it in the air fryer. The French fries are different, but it's just something that we've gotten used to, and the French fries in the air fryer now are the norm and much better because there's no oil in them. The second potato is papa pastusa. It has a yellow flesh. It's used in soups, mashed and fried. All of these have a potato type flavor. They don't vary much from the regular potato. The last one is papa criolla. We use papa criolla in soups because they're about the size of a golf ball. They're easily softened up in soups, because of the flesh and the size of them. You don't have to get into a lot of long preparation, and they're eaten with the skin. They're also used every other way possible. People mash them, they cut them up and fry them. They're a pretty versatile potato. I said at the beginning of the video I would tell you about a superfood that's just coming into mainstream usage. Research has been done on it. It's called Yakon, and Yakon is spelt Y-A-K-O-N, and sometimes you'll see it with a C. I'm not going to go into detail on a lot of the things about it, because if you Google it, there's a lot of information on the internet about it. But it's a root vegetable, and the taste is said to be between apples, watermelon, mild celery, and a touch of pear. I'm not a wine aficionado by any stretch of the imagination, but when I see a description of wine, this description of Yakon is not too far off what some of the wine tasters might come out with. It's classed as a superfood as it stimulates good bacteria in the digestive system and also supports the body's and boosts the body's immune system. It's a natural low-cal sweetener, and when made into syrup, it's perfect for diabetics and Weight Watchers because the sugar content of the Yakon is not absorbable by the human digestive system. So with this vegetable, you get the taste of the sweetness of the syrup, but you don't get the downside of it being retained by your digestive system, which would add to weight gain and so on, and be eliminated as a food for diabetics. There's 8 major advantages. I'm just going to read from my notes, and as I said, you can Google it and expand on all of these things. First thing is weight loss. Second, it improves digestive health. It manages diabetes. It controls cholesterol. It promotes liver health. That's a benefit from a food that you don't see often, where the liver is referred to. It regulates blood pressure. It has antioxidant properties, and it's a natural food sweetener. And it's often made into a syrup and used on pancakes and those sorts of things. I'll leave a link down below for the major benefits, and you can have a look at it. It's just something, to me, it's very interesting. I'm going to look for this the next time I'm in the market, but I suspect that you have to go to maybe a wholesale market to find it, and maybe some of these potatoes as well. The big box, I've only ever seen a couple of different varieties of potatoes, and they're the main potato and the Criolla, which is the small golf ball sized potato. These other ones, they may have been there and I may have overlooked them, but I think that the wholesale market is where I'm going to find them. That's it for today. Please subscribe. The information needs to get out to other people. I've gone through the reasons why I would like you to subscribe. It just helps others that might find Armenia, Colombia of interest. William Hutchison, Armenia, Colombia Realty for Expats in Armenia, Colombia. Sunny here today. It's the big deal about Armenia, Colombia. Beside convenience, cleanliness, friendly people, it's the climate, guys. 80 every day, 60 every night. No air conditioning bills, and no $500 a month heating bills in January. You gotta love it. I live in paradise, and you can too.